For me, this is one of the hardest questions in the paper, trying to visualize folding a net and seeing how it all links up and then finding out which one is not possible. So I've really struggled with this and I tried to draw 3D pictures and so on, but yeah, it's not easy. And it's only on reflection, going through this question, that I think I've got a pretty decent way of explaining it. So the first thing to realize is I've got my net, and actually there's only one way of folding this. So what that means is that every single edge will have a corresponding edge, and that is going to be really useful to figure out how it goes together. For example, this rectangle is going to fold up, and then this one's going to fold up. So actually, these two are going to end up next to each other. And we can do the same for, other ones. So actually it's going to be this one and this one are going to end up next to each other. Some that are a little bit harder to visualize. As this one folds up and this one wraps around, I can see that these two are going to end up next to each other. And similar is going to happen with this one and this one. Now, maybe the two trickiest ones of what is going to happen with, sorry, actually, there's four to consider around here. Okay, this is all right. These are going to link up together. But then we've got this one. You need to think about this carefully. It's going to kind of come inside, wrap around, and it's actually going to link up with that one, I believe, which means that we've got these two. And that kind of makes sense because we've got, yeah, the blue and the orange, or sort of the orangey one next to each other there. Okay, I think they're the hardest to kind of convince yourself of. So once you realize that, you can look at the diagram and see how like they would link together. So these two greens they're gonna link together when we kind of put it together. Like this is not like a real line as such, but it just shows how they do link together. In the answers, they use like a dotted line to dash line to indicate it. I'm just going to do it in a color. What we can then see is that these two oranges do actually also meet. So yeah, this one seems like it's gonna work. I don't feel completely convinced, but I'm pretty happy with that. Then for B, we can see that it's just going to go from here to here, like that. And it's going to be like if it's on the left over here, it's going to be on the right over here. So that seems a bit nicer actually. I'll come back to C. So actually, let's jump to E. Let's like kind of deal with the ones that seem the easiest, the ones that are like the most connected. D and C look a bit trickier. So for E, we can see, yeah, that seems to be linking, and then that does as well. Okay, D, we've got those two linking together, and this orange goes with that one, so all the way around, they're gonna connect, and these two here. So that seems all right, which leaves us with B. And there's no problem here, that works. And actually, those two seem to link together okay. But then we're with the blue, and the blue should connect to here. Sorry, just lagging for a second. Blue should connect to there, and then that should connect to that. It doesn't, and so it cannot be that C can connect. So even I suppose if you're not quite convinced by A, B, D, and E, and I've tried to argue why they should work, we can see that there's no way, just looking at the color format, there's no way that C could be made into a net. And that is the answer.